Hi guys, welcome back to Nebula Fox Toy Reviews. I have the new boy on again. Yes, I've got to get somewhere out of this guy. I love him so much. But anyway, today's video is going to be an extra one, as you can tell, because it's going up on a Friday. But today I'm going to be doing my con ranking list. I've done this for the past couple of years now. Where I basically, like, for all of the cons that I've been to throughout the year, I just rank them from worst to best. Now, just because one is at the bottom of the list, so in my case the worst one, just because it's at the bottom of the list does not mean the con itself was bad unless I say so. All of the cons I went to this year were really good. Some of them are just further down the list purely because of either experiences, just just for other factors. None of the cons that I went to were like awful. So I went to 6 conventions this year. It's not the most I've done. I think there was like 8. I think 8's like the most I've done, maybe, but I don't know. So anyway. Let's start off the list. So, starting off at number 6, so to me, like the poorest one, was Hyper Japan Manchester. Now, this, it's down, it's at the bottom of the list. It's nothing to do with the con itself. It's purely because I went alone. I went by myself. It was a big con. And I went by myself and I was just rather overstimulated. I didn't really know what to do. And I only stayed there for about 3 hours, I think. I did get this guy from there, so good came from that con. But overall, would have been much more enjoyable if I went with someone. So, yeah, that is the only reason that Hyper Japan is at the bottom, is because I went alone. Overall, the con itself was amazing, and I hope it comes back next year, because I would love to go again with friends, because I know Morgan said at least he wants to come do it. So yeah, Morgan said he wants to do it, so hopefully if it comes back next year, I'll be able to do it again. Alright, coming up at number 5. You're forgetting I have 4 fingers in. Yeah, coming up at number 5 is York Unleashed. We did this right at the end of August. It was literally the last day in August for this con. I went with Tavi. I had an amazing time with him. But this one was purely the con. This one is one where the con itself let itself down. In terms of events, there wasn't much going on. There was the talks with the guests, but none of the guests were really any of them that either of us were interested in. And there was the cosplay competition, which for Unleashed cons is not really worth entering, because from experience all you win is just a goodie box. It's one of those HMV mystery boxes, so the atmosphere, like all of the cosplayers and all that stuff that were there, they were all amazing. They were they were happy to have pictures. I was cosplaying as Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park, and I had my little dinosaur with me. Everyone loved the little dinosaur, and I even met another Dr. Grant cosplayer, and we had a pic together. So yeah, the attendees were amazing, especially the ones in cosplay. But yeah, it's just the vendors were the main thing that let the con down for us. The ones that deserved the attention, so like your independent artists, those selling things that they made and stuff, were pretty much all upstairs and didn't really get that much visibility. Whereas all the ones on the ground floor were pretty much your drop shippers, your scalpers, and your 3D print people. Now, I've got nothing wrong with 3D printed items as long as what you're selling is like files that you've designed yourself. So it's like, if you designed one of those 3D printed dragons, then fair enough. Print it, sell it, we're good. If you just go for one of those free files, just print 1 million of those off and then sell them, you haven't really made it, because you've just set print and you've just left your printer to it. So 3D printed stuff, if you yourself has designed the file, good on you. This guy is 3D printed. This is a 3D printed base. The hands aren't, but the head is a 3D printed base that the maker designed themselves. So 3D printed stuff is cool. But yeah, and my favourite store that was there, Rex's Reviews, last year they had the entire entrance way to themselves. So they could have a massive table, they could bring all of their props and their photo op stuff with them, and it was really good for them. This year, they were pushed a bit more round to the side in one of the actual dealer halls, and they had a very small table and couldn't really bring much stuff with them. So, if you've got stalls, if you've got vendors that can bring photo op stuff with them, let them have bigger spaces. Anyway, enough of that one. In 4th place, we have Get Your Geek On, which is a free oop, there goes the tongue. I'm going to take that out now. There we go. So, Get Your Geek On, which is the free event that's held every year in Huddersfield, organised by the Huddersfield Bid. I went to this one with Morgan, Thomas, and Ash. I might as well say it now, guys. The original con squad is done. Ash is no longer in the con squad is over. It is now me. There's a new con squad, which is now me, Morgan, Thomas, and Tavi, and sometimes Toby, when Toby's only really in it for MegaCon Manchester. But yeah, so there's a new con squad. The old con squad is done. But here's to the new con squad. So yes, Ash was here as well. Ash was there as well. Get Your Geek On. I always have a really good time at it. It's one where, because it's free and it takes over the town centre, so you've got a lot of normies that attend that don't really see cosplayers, that often. Like, they don't attend normal Comic-Cons. So a free event like this is the only time they actually see cosplayers. And I love everyone's reactions to seeing cosplayers. I wore Neb. This thing is sliding down on my face. I wore Neb. I always wear Neb to that because I'm alright with taking Neb on a bus. I just don't really like taking her on a train. But next year, I'm going to be wearing this guy. But yeah, Get Your Geek On. It was good. There was some bad sides to it. Mainly the furry zone was a huge disappointment. This is the second time that they've done it with the furry zone, and both times that they've done it, the furry zone was a disappointment. And both times they used me, well, Neb, they used my suit to advertise the furry zone, so I was like, for this con, I was the face of the furry fandom for this con. And for them to have a really disappointed, area, I did not like my, well, I won't exactly say my name, but I don't really like my suit being tied to such a disappointing area, if you know what I mean. So apart from that, the day was pretty good. It's one of the cons that I go to where I don't actually spend any money aside from the travel to get there and maybe some food while I'm there. Because the stalls just really aren't it. I don't go to that con for the stalls. We'll have a look, but I never actually go to the con specifically to buy. Other cons, yes, I will go specifically. Yeah, I will go and I will spend. But Get Your Geek On is one where I don't spend, and I like it for that. I did enter the cosplay competition. Didn't win. I think it was Morgan that won. Did Morgan win? Or did he come second? I think Morgan came second. I can't remember. I've slept a lot since then. I think Morgan, I'm pretty sure Morgan placed at least. But yeah, so Get Your Geek On is really good. I will be going back next year just because it's free and all of that. 2, con number 3, in 3rd place, we have HorrorCon in the Magna Science Centre in Sheffield. This was back in May, so this was actually the first con of the year, and most of the times it is the first con of the year. And I always have a really good time there. I went with the old con squad, so it was the full, no, was it? Yes, it was the full old con squad. I had a really good time. The atmosphere there is always amazing. My only gripe is it's very dark. And I know that's the idea here because horror is dark and it's spooky. But for the cosplayers like myself, because I was in Corvus, but for the cosplayers that are wearing masks or contact lenses that restrict vision, the darkness does not help. The darkness is not good at all. We need well lit areas so we can actually just bloody see where we're going. But luckily we survived. Like I said, I took Corvus again. People loved him. It was cool. He had his new paws. He had his new like birdie hands that I got from Pillow Owl Art. And yeah, that's pretty much about all I can really say. It didn't spend that much money at that con. I literally bought a pigeon and that was it. So it was a good con for me to go to save money. My only gripe is entry is getting very expensive for that con. For just one day, it was either 25 or 30 quid just for the Saturday, which I think is very expensive for just one day of a con. So yeah, next year it has actually been pushed back, and HorrorCon is now in June for next year, for 2026. So I won't be going to Get Your Geek On next year. I don't think any of us will, just because we've got things on in June. We've got Get Your Geek On, and I think Morgan has something else on, and just June is not a good time for multiple conventions. One con and that's it in June, really. Anyway, con number... I'll do that. Con number 2 in second place. Second and first place could really be like shifted around. But there's one thing that made first place like actually first place. So anyway, in second place we have MegaCon Manchester. I went to this con for the first time last year and I absolutely loved it, and I couldn't wait to go back this year, and I'm so glad I did go back because it was amazing. It was Morgan's first time this year. It was Morgan's first time doing MegaCon. It was also, I believe, he said his first time doing a full weekend con. Like, he's used to doing one day, so this was his first full weekend con. And the atmosphere was just amazing. So it was the full old con squad, and then and Tavi and Toby as well. So it was the full old con squad and the full new con squad merging together. So it was fun just to have all of my con friends together in one place. Spent a lot of money, as I do. Most of that money actually mainly went on food in the hotel because the hotel is expensive. It was kind of cheap but also expensive at the same time. And I just bought an awful lot of K-pop Demon Hunter stuff. So much K-pop Demon Hunter stuff was bought that con. Ugh. And then more cons came and I bought more K-pop Demon Hunter stuff. Oh well. Can't wait to do that con again next year. It will only be the new con squad, because like I said, the old one is done for now. The old one does not exist anymore. There is a chance we'll bump into the other member, but you know. But anyway, yes, MegaCon Manchester, amazing convention. Highly recommend going to it. Well, any of the MegaCons really, because I know there's one in Birmingham, there's one in London, and I think there's a new one that they did this year, which is in Farnborough, which is once again down south. So it's pretty much MegaCon Manchester is the only really more northern one that they do. So I'd recommend any of the MegaCon cons really, but Manchester is always the one that I go to. I love it, and I can't wait to go again next year. Oh, for that I cosplayed. What did I cosplay? I took Neb for the Saturday, and I did Psychopaths for the Sunday. And it was also the first con that I handed out stickers. So I had like the like trinkets that cosplayers sometimes hand out to each other at conventions. I decided to make stickers, and it was the first con that I handed out stickers to. And I really enjoyed that. But yeah, Neb and Psychopaths, basically my two most expensive cosplayers, I took to the biggest con of the year, and it was amazing. It was way too hot to wear Neb all day though, so Neb didn't actually stay on that long. But oh well. But anyway, drum roll please. The con that's in first place, I'm just going to do this. So first place, so my favourite con of 2025 was RakuCon. Yes. RakuCon was amazing. It was me, Morgan, Thomas, Ash and Tavi. So it was the old... it was the con squad. Whenever it's a mix, I'll just say the con squad. So we were all there, minus Toby. R.I.P. Toby. I hope I get to see you at more cons in the future. I need to see you again. But anyway, RakuCon was amazing. It's a small convention. It takes place in a hotel. It's a very small convention compared to the likes of, MegaCon. But my god, the atmosphere at this con is amazing. It feels like a very tight-knit community. The staff, the organisers, they're all amazing. They will do what they can to make your con experience enjoyable. There were some undesirables that we saw that did actually end up getting kicked out. So, the RakuCon takes its attendees' safety very seriously, which is amazing for a small con. There needs to be more big cons that do that, but for a small con to do it, it's such a good thing. For the cosplays, I did Tatsu on the Saturday, and then I did Flint Lockwood on the Sunday. But then the Saturday after party, I did William Afton, and we had like a little mini FNAF group going. It was just amazing. I won the bought category of the cosplay competition. That was amazing. So I will be going back again next year because I won tickets. Yay. That is not the reason. Me winning is not the reason that RakuCon is number one on the list. It would have been number one on the list even if I did absolutely terrible and didn't place at all. Just because RakuCon, it's an amazing con. Like I said, it takes place in a hotel. Everything is there that you need. Because the hotel has a little restaurant area, so there's food, there's drinks, there's toilets. They also have, in the 2 dealer halls, there's also water fountains, so, you can hydrate. It's a great con. Small, tight-knit community. It's just amazing, and I cannot wait to go back again next year. it's yeah, MegaCon and RecuCon are the two cons that I'm really looking forward to going back to next year, especially RecuCon. I'm not going to enter the cosplay competition next year though, because, well, I need to make it fair for the other people that, you know, I need to make it fair. But anyway, that 20 minutes. That was my con ranking list for my 2025 cons. So that's that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Here's to the 2026 con season being amazing again like this year's, and I shall see you all in the next video, whatever that'll be. Bye.